Should we start? Okay, so for today's call, I wanted to make.
Can I make an intro?
Yeah, of course, Marco. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Communications Weekly. Today on the menu, we got this SEO summary by Nathan Chui, T-Wall's onboarding module landing page, community-wide video by Manu, and more info on the Hatch campaign by Mitch. Take it away, Chui.
Thank you, Marco. Let's start with an easy question. I want to ask you guys about the last music album that you heard or something that you've been listening to recently that you would like to recommend. And also let's throw in like some intentions that you'd like to add. So I'll start with I've been listening to Dire Straits a lot recently, like after some years, like I had like ignored them, and I've been listening a lot to their album Gold.
Brothers in Arms.
Huh?
Brothers in Arms?
No, it's oh wait, what was the name of that album? I've been listening to it a lot. Love
Money
Over
for
Gold.
Nothing.
It's Love Over Gold. I've been listening to that. Telegraph Road is on that album, so yeah, I've been reconnecting with that a lot. Intentions, get just a general gathering of information from everyone. See what you can throw in, and yeah, discuss like some of the plans for the Hatch campaign, which is like right around the corner. So. Yeah, let's do this. Sorry if I took more than 1 minute, but I'll pass it to Mitch.
Oh no, I was hoping you were going to pick me. What was the intro question, Chewy?
Some music or album that you've been listening to recently that you'd like to recommend.
Oh, I've been listening to a lot of CCR albums. Getting into it. Creedence Clearwater, good jamming. Yeah, that's my thing. And my intentions for this call, again, just get some more context on the Hatch campaigns, see if there's any issues I can take on for writing content, and see what everyone's up to. I'll pass it to Wonka.
Yeah, there's a really good friend of mine whose name is Andy G, whose artistic name and is Andy G, and he like released his album like 2 weeks ago. And I have like spammed it all over. And his album is Barranquilla Vice. That Barranquilla is the name of my city, and it's like the Golden Gate. It's a good album. You can search it. And I will pass to Suga.
Can you share in the comms, please?
Of course. Yes, it's a really good album.
Okay, thanks. So I've been listening to my brother a lot. So that's Ed Masuga, like Suga, but M-A at the beginning. And I recommend everybody check him out. He's pretty fabulous. And also a little bit things like Cat Stevens and Fleetwood Mac and some old school type stuff. But yeah, Ed Masuga's high on the list. So my intentions are to just to go with the flow and get things moving with onboarding. I know Marco's been really active there, so I'm looking forward to keeping that going, that energy going. And I will pass, I guess, to Marco.
Oh, thank you. Just recently, I stumbled upon this African artist who's playing on this African instrument. His name is Balake Sissoko, and he also has a brother called Baba Sissoko. And so I was listening to them. Other than that, I'm listening to some electronic music, B. Swenson, and oldie but Goldie, Simon and Garfunkel always plays in my apartment here. And I pass it on to Santi.
Thank you, Marco. I've been listening to some Spanish music, this band called Sidecars. You can search for them. They are an old band, but I've been just listening to them for the past days. And also this new singer, she's a 22-year-old girl that's called Maria de Juan. She just released her new album. And for today, I'm just hooking back to comms and getting up to date what you guys are doing and listening to all the hatching comms that's coming next. And I'll pass it to Tam.
I love everyone's playlist so much. Mine's probably not as cool. We play a lot of kids' movies, albums. So, like Lego Movie 2 soundtrack is pretty great. Steven Universe, the movie soundtrack is remarkable. That kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's what I've been listening to lately. And I'll pass to Vai.
Hi. Particularly, I'm not sure what to recommend to other people with respect to music, but I've been listening to this album from Medion called Good Faith. Medion is a French songwriter and a musician. He mainly like his mashups and all the teacher's kind of stuff that he does. So I've been listening to that for a while. And I'll pass it to Mount Manu.
Hey guys, I've been listening to Pink Floyd, the Later Years album. So it's like revisiting old songs, remixes and stuff. And intention is to, as I see I'm on the agenda, I wanted to just drop in, and if I can share my screen later when we get to that point and the video is not lagging because of all the sharing, the bandwidth, then I'll show the current draft that we have, which I accept it has been much slower than predicted because our top designer had a family emergency. However, he is now fine. We're out of the illness that they were in, and he will be back in a day or two. So I'll be ready to deliver on the video, faster progress, and also help Tam on the diagram, which it pains me that I just offered help and then I couldn't because my designer couldn't deliver. So yeah. And I'll pass it to, are we done? I'll pass it to Septi.
Thank you, Manu. For me, for the Spanish crew, I've been listening a lot Blake and Anier. The lyrics are amazing. And I'm listening a lot, like some music, like it's very popular music, but it's combined with some anime things, like scenes. And then it's more epic, like, this super battle, and then starts the song. It's super cool. Intentions for the call, I think with you guys, get the recording done, and have fun. Pass it to Aidan. I think it's the last one.
Hey everyone, I'm still kind of new here, so I'm just kind of getting in the groove of things. I had a nice little call last week with Tamara and Chewy, kind of figuring out how I can get more involved. Yeah, tunes. What have I been listening to? Can't even think about it. One of my buddies just made a new song on I think Young Thug's new album, so I've been listening to that a little bit in the last week. I haven't been really listening to anything super consistently. This is what it seems like everyone's kind of talking about. I joined a little bit late here, but I'm just going to kind of sit in and see how everything's progressing, and excited to see how the hatch kind of goes. Thanks so much, guys.
Okay, thanks everyone for this, and let me share my screen really quick. there it is. Okay. So Nate is not here today, but I wanted to talk about the some of our progress in SEO. And last week we started a list of keywords, and some of these keywords are like just it's a really good like starting point, just like to throw in ideas, and especially about like everyone's topics and related topics into their working groups. And we wanted to ask you for your support, so you can actually like throw in some keywords that you think might be relevant in your working groups. This way we can take them into account to just have a broader perspective in SEO. And we just wanted to go through this because I mean, we talk about SEO, but we don't think that a lot of people actually like get SEO. Ourselves like really don't get it. Like, we're just starting to learn about it. I think Ivy is the one that has more experience in this because of her use with Google Analytics and all of these tools. But pretty much SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is exactly what we want to do. If we like open a new tab and do a quick search on block science, this is what comes up. And this is like much better like organized. And like, if you have no idea about block science, like, you go in here and there's a much better organized information. But if we Google for token engineering commons, this is where like some of our problems start, because there's like this there is the page which is also like a work in progress, and like regarding content, and also like some of our Medium articles. Like, this is actually like how all of these like SEO issues are brought up, because we can't really find our Medium articles in an optimized way, in a way that is interesting for people that do searches on the TEC. So this is pretty much our intention, to just have a better optimization at this. And if anyone Googles token engineering commons, just to know and build like profiles for the people that are going to do this, and make sure they engage with this and they can find the right information. So I'm gonna change. I'm gonna share this keyword list in the comms channel. So if anyone wants to jump in and make some suggestions, they're gonna help us a lot and make sure we don't go over some input that your working group might have. Marco, you want to add something about SEO?
Yeah, I just wanted to add basically, actually, so, when someone Googles token engineering commons, that's fine. Our goal is to optimize for that. But I also think our goal should be, whenever someone searches for something else, like just token engineering, for example, it also gives some messy results, and we can kind of outcompete that and try to be in that search. But also, if someone is searching for other keywords that are listed in this sheet, that eventually we end up at a first page somehow. So that should be our goal, what we're optimizing for, right? And I think like it's a broader story and work to do than just optimizing for this Google search that you just demonstrated. So that's definitely where we're gonna heading.
Okay, thank you. And our next topic in the agenda is T. Wells's onboarding module, or well, we're not we're actually like considering like integrating this into like a landing page, because probably some of you already saw this, but this is what T. Wells is building for OneHive. Like, we need something like this. We need something that just can be able to explain in lower amounts of time what we do and what we're looking for. And most of the time, probably you guys have had that experience. Like, you're talking to someone, you're having like this casual conversation, and it's like, okay, so what do you do at the TC? And you start like this like mess of like topics, and you don't know what to pull out and all of this stuff. So what T. Wills does is he actually is an educator, and we're very excited to have him contribute with this, because he pretty much wants to build something similar, but for us. So this is some of the notes that he has been working on. And I wanted to go a little bit over this so that if anybody has like some input or some suggestions, I think now is a great time. And just to add something, T. Wells's content, as well as Manu's video, which we're gonna discuss further on, are like two great examples of quality content that we actually need to get right in because these things are gonna be such a great and a big part of our Hatch campaign. So if anybody has like some input or some suggestions for them, these are some really great and appreciated contributions. So yeah, let's see what you think about this. So like sorry, did you speak, Marco?
Nope.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought someone was trying to add some stuff in. Okay, so in a way, like the same way we have like different categories, but for different objectives, we want to present this in working groups, in working groups categories. So we have stewards, we have comms, we have the common swarm, we have Omega, and transparency. We're also like these like subcategories. I don't know if it's clear enough, but so these ones over here would be communication and collaboration, community peacemaking, engineering and research, and public goods enablement. So how do you guys feel about these like categories? I'd like to listen to some feedback on what you have. Do you think this is a good way to organize it, or do you think we could have more to these categories?
To me, those categories make sense. I would just love someone's input, maybe on wording, labeling those, if we can simplify it or tell it differently. But for me, that's fine. Maybe it's a native speaker here or someone.
I would change the word peacemaking for management, or
yeah,
or
also I think so.
community.
Yeah, community makes more sense, because SoftGov, it's also about decision making and not only, yeah.
Instead of management, we could use a word like guidance, for example.
Yeah,
I'll think
nurturing
about
or something like that.
other words.
Also, I think Omega could. I think Omega maybe goes to engineering and research.
Yeah, I feel like this could be played with. In many ways, just community is like, I think, short and sweet. And we could reduce the number of categories like public goods enablement. Hatcher outreach could just be in community.
And in that case, I was also thinking like it's a little confusing, and maybe Livia, you just said this, but the first one says communication and collaboration, and then it makes me wonder why that excludes SoftGov, because the word collaboration to me. So if you had just communication, I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why don't we? Sorry. And why can't we have one working group fall into multiple categories? That's also an option.
I thought it was because you're doing these different bubbles. Chewy,
Yeah, but yeah, that is correct. But like for the purpose of why we're doing that, it doesn't have to strictly be categorized, and we don't have to show these right away on the screen. Like in a one Hive example, we could like say just have these bubbles with these three main categories, and when someone clicks on one of those, it reveals actually which working groups are inside. We could do it that way as well. I mean, that's just a matter of execution, and in that way, we could have several. We could have one working group fall into 2 or 3 categories when it makes sense, right?
Cool.
Okay,
But I also agree that maybe just like leaving the divisions in one word could be better. So the first one could be like communication, the other one could be community, and the other one could be like engineering and public goods enablement. And
for me, it makes weird to see like common swarm together with comms transparency and stewards. Like, I would make another bubble for collaboration and yeah, that's my input.
Yeah, common swarm is engineering for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to say the same.
Chewy's biased because he does comms for common swarm. So he's like, it's all comms. So comms all the way down.
Where is this document? Can we drop it in the agenda or in the comms channel? I wonder if just 2 categories. So maybe it's, community and then engineering and research. And community is the stewards as community, and transparency and gravity is community, and SoftGov is community. And the Hatcher and project outreach is community. And then engineering and research is sort of labs, Omega, common swarm, parameters, and legal. I don't know, do we need to have more than 2 categories?
Yeah, I would also like to, from the onboarding perspective here, because we're going to be using this for newcomers and people who come to our website. Maybe we're going to be sharing this. So, like, think about this also as an entry point to someone, and just having maybe 2 options. I don't know. Maybe we just want to have broader view of our whole community, right? I don't know. Just a thought, but
I think maybe we can change the wording on 1 and 2 because I think they are slightly overlapping with each other. Because like stewards is communication, but it's also community. Like maybe we can decide on different naming systems for both of them so that there's a clear difference between what is about the community and what is about internal governance.
Okay, yeah, this sounds good. And okay, so this is pretty much like something that has been in T's mind, like the way we could structure it. We would obviously apply like some of this feedback that you gave us, but yeah, the idea is to have like these different categories, and then to make them work kind of like this work. So if we go to, I don't know, like bus, so we can see like objectives and stuff, but we can definitely have much more like material. So the idea would be to make each of these categories just like its own tools, and like its own like articles, and just like supporting material in general can be more just like isolated into like what fits each of these categories or working groups. And okay, well, this is like some notes that T made for himself. I guess that, I mean, for the purpose of time, like if you want to like review this later, or if you can see like if there's anything wrong like in it, just please like come forward and let us know, so we can just like improve how we work in these definitions.
Cool, that's great.
Yeah, and
It's a great doc. I requested access because I don't know if it's open for commenting or if it's open at all, but I wasn't able to open the doc.
Okay, I'll let T Wills know about this.
That looks really great.
Okay, and so next topic in the agenda is the video by Manu. We're very, very excited about this. So,
hey, Manu,
do you have a link, Manu, that you'd like me to share? Oh, never mind. I see that you're sharing.
Yeah. Okay, you guys can see my screen then. Okay. Can you see the blue? Like, is it okay?
It's working.
Okay.
The sound stopped working, but we can still see it.
yeah, but we have to hear the sound. It's important.
Yeah, sound's not working.
Your audio was coming through super choppy for a bit there, and then it stopped.
Okay. Oh, because I muted it. So
Yeah, you can leave your mic on. I don't think that'll be an issue.
Again, it's rough around the edges. It's a rough draft. We can change the cinematic format. Just I think the main thing is the content. Okay, let's go.
I'm just reading from the comments.
Ich bin Angela Kaltenreis.
Dobar dan, zdravo, zovem se Marko.
Hi, I'm Tamara.
My name is Jake Kasani.
Oi, meu nome é Lídia.
Merhaba, ben Şebnem, Türkiye'den.
Mi nombre es Eduardo.
Ako si Ivy at ako ay nakatira sa Pilipinas.
Mi nombre es Juan Carlos Bell. Y estoy acá en Barcelona.
Hey, so I'm Sean Anderson. I'm a token engineer.
I grew up in upstate New York.
So I am South African, currently residing in Cape Town.
Many of the problems we have in this world are due to that it's driven by profits only, right?
Our society has largely rewarded exclusionary markets and exclusive products, and there's been a neglection on our planet, like destruction of the oceans and the air,
It is ran by a small group of actors within governments and countries and corporations. And there is a great imbalance across the planet. And the way we are doing things is obviously wrong.
That's it. Let me put another one because it's not yet. I haven't added all the content, so let me put in this one, which talks more about what we're doing and not just the community and the problem. Okay.
I believe token engineering is probably the biggest, most important field of study for changing the way that we value public goods.
Token engineers, they build economies, and the Token Engineering Commons is building an economy to sustain the token engineering field. So one is helping the other to have potentially other economies that will be ethically designed for the world.
Our mission at the TEC is to accelerate the creation of robustly engineered crypto-economic models, create modular tools and standards, but also help educate people on the token engineering field and show them a path forward and how they can participate and contribute. The TEC is advancing token engineering. It's trying to make it so that we can have many people understand why we need token engineering, and also become a selling point for the token engineering community to share ideas and really advance their field of study.
That's what we have so far.
It's awesome, dude.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Looking great.
It's coming together really, really well. It's wow.
I don't like the way it's like all the squares. I like the content, the way it's edited. Again, now that we have our main designer and Chuy has offered to help, we can improve it. It's only gonna get better. So yeah, and also I need to add the community part where everyone talks about how the community functions and why they like it, etc. So yeah.
Great.
Can I just go quickly with my feedback? I already provided feedback to Mano. I think it's awesome. The video, the starting, the intro, the squares, and everything. I did provide some of the feedback regarding the fonts that we're using, and maybe just to speed it up a little bit more for the first part. The second part, the Mano that you showed, I just saw this for the first time here. And I think we should just make smaller cuts and edits of the interviews there. But great start. Really great. And I'm looking forward to see the full piece.
Can I just ask, or sorry to interrupt, can I just ask, if it would be nice to change just the tone of rather than a problem, just to say the solution. But I don't know if the script allows just to not be negative tone wise.
Yeah, actually, I agree with that. We can turn into challenge. I don't see things as problems. I see them as challenges. So I think it's. That's what I would suggest for regarding what you said, Edu. And again, open to any other suggestions. The suggestions Marco gave me were that speed up overall. Yeah, the intro. It's too lengthy. It's like 1 minute, and we want to make it like overall like 2:30. So it doesn't. It doesn't make much sense to have a lot of like half of the video devoted to the intro. So I'll speed it up. I'll change typography needs to change to fit our brand. That's also something Marco said. Who are we? The problem needs better intro titles and maybe subtitles. And
yeah, I was gonna say maybe you could scrap the whole "Who are we?" I thought there was an idea of doing like a longer version and a shorter version, and maybe we scrap the whole "Who are we?" people introducing themselves and just give them when they start talking for the second and third sections, you just give them like an overlay of like their name and who they work with.
No. I'm putting a veto on that. No, the introduction is amazing and has to stay. Everybody introducing themselves in native languages. It's like we're a global community. We're huge. I want to share this with my mom. I want to give her this video and tell her, hey, Mom, this is where I work. These are the amazing people I work with.
Yeah,
the introduction is definitely so touching and
For
it's
the-
important.
For the 2-minute version?
Yeah, and we can get it done in 2:30, and it doesn't matter if it's 3, but it's like this is the super important part.
Yeah, it's
This is where it touches your heart.
Yeah, it's a great element for a sense of belonging. I mean, I do agree with you, Griff, that if this is focused for people that are new to the community, maybe it's not as effective because how long it is. But I would definitely keep it handy. Like for onboarding sessions, it's like you want to be part of it. Like you want to be part of this community. It sells out like so cool. Like we don't have a lot of cool things. Most of our stuff is boring, and this is one of the things that I like. You want to be part of it, so I would definitely keep it. I mean, my suggestion would be probably save it for onboarding sessions or things that are more like one-on-one that have more engaging time. But yeah, I really like it. It got me like really excited. So I would keep it, and also probably, Manu, I don't know if you like have some kind of like B-roll. I think that some of the like a key idea that is missing is that the impact that these people and these token engineers have. And there are a lot of videos of Simon de la Riviere or Sargam. And there are a lot of like conferences and stuff like in front of a bunch of people. So editing wise, like from a montage like perspective, if we have like this format, which is like very like individual isolated, but we're already used to it because of the pandemic, and then we mix it with who these people are like out there in the real world, I think that could be great supporting material, and it just says more. I guess like you could just like throw in a like 2 seconds of like the ending of a conference, and just by itself it says more than what these characters can say. I see that you don't agree, Marco.
No. I should have been a director, a movie director or something, because I have something for the videos. I can't explain it. Anyway, I think that suggestion that could be for the longer version of the video. That's fine. For the shorter, it kind of won't fit because it's like we don't have that much time. But yeah. Anyway, as a next step, I would wait for Manu to send me a revised version based on the comments and feedback that we provided, that I also sent him on Discord, and also the next part of the video where we talk about the whatever that is. I think the challenges, and then also the community. And then once we have that, I would then share that with you guys for feedback. And then the next iteration would be refinement, and then finalizing that. I think that's my suggestion on the approach, the next steps.
Just to be in the same point, and I don't know, Manu, but so you're aiming right now for like a long version, and then we're gonna take out some parts so we can come up with a shorter version, or are you gonna be working simultaneously on both?
No, this is about only the smaller version. We want to get it out there ASAP, and yeah, I'll finish the shorter version. And again, I'm constrained by the content on the interviews. It's kind of funny that Sargam, which has contributed a lot to the community, and we use the tools that he helped develop, and he's just like, oh hey, I'm from New York. He doesn't even say his name, but that's because on the interview there wasn't, because everyone knows Sargam and everyone knows Simon. they didn't introduce themselves. So, and they talk a lot about other things that they're doing and in a sort of meta way, but they don't dive really deep into what we're doing. The really good parts where, I don't say Livia had really good parts. Griff, Sean, YGG, in terms of like technical and like explained content. So again, like I'm open to, if people wanna, send me a short 10, 20 second scripted video of them talking about something that they think would make it into the video, that would be good. I think a lot of people just winged it. Other people were more prepared than others. So given that we're still on, I know Tamara wanted to, I know Tam approached me about, not redoing the interview, but like sending some excerpts. So again, open to that. I'll work around it. I made notes of what you said, Chuy, Marco, Griff, and Livia wanted to say something.
Thanks. Yeah, I wanted to agree with Marco. I think the introduction is amazing. And I think it's a really important part of it, because we should understand like what is this video for? Like, who are we speaking to? I don't think this video is going towards token engineers necessarily. Like, I think it's more towards like the broader community and for the ecosystem to understand what we're doing and to have more of a like warm sense of like a warm economy type of thing. And for the second part of the interviews, I think maybe it would be nice for us to craft this a little bit to like, what is the message that we want to pass? And if we don't have that in the videos that exist, to craft it like Manu suggested. Like, I was probably like brain fried when I shoot that video because nothing I said made sense. So it would be nice to have like, oh, we want to convey this in this message, and then focus on it.
Hey guys, can I add something? I'm new to TEC, so I think this is quite relevant, and I think that presenting each of you presenting themselves and where they are, I think it's quite humane and relevant to feel that you're part of a bigger community. So just wanted to add that from a fresh perspective of a newcomer.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I think that maybe we can do another video, but later, like reading the mission, vision, and values, and that way we are all like saying the same script, and it would be easier just to cut the voices and mix the sound, so that we are all like speaking the same speech.
Yes, the bandwidth suffers a lot. I mean, different people, different connections, and I mean that's really noticeable on Angela's part and some other ones. There's also the opportunity of like when there's someone speaking that the image is really low quality, I change into showing a diagram or showing some sort of like illustration, like the one Tom uses for onboarding, the edited one, the improved one that we're still developing. But yeah.
Manu, but I mean, going back to that point, like
you say B-roll.
What? Yeah. Like what you consider that could be like some good images or just in general, because I mean, of course I'm thinking like when you say like public goods and all of this, like, okay, so you might think of water or like developing communities and all of this, but I think that's more related to Common Stack. So like for the TC, I'm just trying to think like research or like any like topic that goes a little bit more like in hand to something that and something that we can still like put out there as exciting, because I think that's a real challenge. But can anyone here think of like any kind of like B-roll that can help like create this like editing that has like this ideological like relationship with what is being said? Like what are some ideas that you have there?
Do you mean like honing down on the fact that this is like digital commons, right? So it deals with open source software, open source information, and wikis. And there's a third one I'm missing: research proposals and all that. That definitely is not clear for an outsider. Again, because I'm constrained by the content of the interviews. That's a limit. That's a self-imposed limit, really. We can go beyond the interview content. We already have the intros. The community is really good. Again, there's really good parts that I can put into, and yeah, I'll open it up to anyone else regarding what Chuy said about the ideological focal point.
And and I think we should stay with that. What you just mentioned, these 3 points for this version of the video. Just a reminder to everyone: this is the community why video. So like that's the theme, and I also like the idea of Juan's idea of actually making another video where we read out the MVV, and also we can create later on a third video with more broader that ideological perspective and people talking about other stuff, and so this is just the first one, right? So we're gonna record many.
Cool. So I've been quietly listening because all of you guys have such great feedback. And I honestly think that the feedback that you guys have given is really, really good. From the perspective of the languages, I really enjoyed hearing the languages, and I was focusing on something else, and it kept going back, like I kept grabbing my attention every time I hear a different language. So I actually really liked that. And I just want to say, Manu, I think you did it's a really nice start, and I think it's going to be really cool. So praise.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay, so if anybody else has anything to say about the why video, please do, or we can just go ahead for the next topic.
I guess I just want to echo what you said, Chuy, that it's really important that the why be about token engineering, and we be very careful. Everyone, it's very confusing for people, the difference between the common stack and the TE commons, and we have different missions. And so advancing token engineering is not necessarily, saving the world with economies. It probably will lead to it, but it's a different scope. They just have like a lot of overlap in the Venn diagram. But hopefully we can make sure that we grab as many pieces as we can that really nail down that this is like a boring engineering society that makes it easier for people to do token engineering work,
On that note, Griff, do you think the part from who is it?
WGG?
No, from the other project manager, I forgot.
Jake.
Params. Yeah, Jake. Do you think the part about Jake is redundant or off? Well, not redundant, but like off topic. Or do you think it's just like a common denominator where everyone knows that's happening, and just rephrasing it, it's like just saying the situation? I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it, but it seemed like it was something like, oh yeah, DAOs. It does kind of hit the point of like having a open, permissionless, transparent organization to some extent, which is kind of part of the why.
Okay.
Also, like sorry, like I don't really, I really don't want to be like redundant on these notes, but I feel that I mean, if it's there right now, like with if Jake at some point, like while the editing process like unfolds itself, if this information is giving you like any kind of like suggestion to where to go next, I would say like keep it. And if at some point you like isolate it and it's not really like related, so yeah, we can just like take it out. But how would you? I don't know. Like, what do you think of this, Griff? Like, if we like come up with some examples, like medical research, yeah, it's easier to get funding because there are a lot of profits in big pharma, right? But right now, there's like no way in which we can offer something for advancing token engineering, and maybe we could approach it that way. You know, maybe this could be like a better first approach to say that research on token engineering is a public good and is what we want to achieve, but without getting into like common stack specifics.
Yeah, it's just how much time does it take to say to get examples across and complex ideas into people's head. It's a tough.
Okay, yeah, you know what, Manu? Let's have a call later in the week, and probably we can write like some kind of script with whatever information is missing, and we can look for just an extra interview to have this supporting material based on the feedback that we got.
Cool, I'm game.
Okay, so okay, we have like 6 minutes left, but. Well, for just a quick overview for the Hatch campaign, I'm starting this like Miro board, which is like all of comms like laid out, like finally, because it's like all over the place. So I'm starting this guide for that is gonna be ready for this Hatch campaign, so that all of our content is gonna go through the new content and distribution proposal. And just in general, any kind of like improvements that we can offer for content, we want to like have a broader just range of how to support the community in creating content and just like assisting them. And like speaking about like projects of like Manu's video, or like T Well's onboarding presentation. We want to support like all of this stuff. So if you have like any feedback or ideas, just come forward, and yeah, we'll hopefully have a much better like organized pipeline for this for the towards the end of this week. And yeah, also I wanted to just take the time to like apologize to all of you, because I know that there are like transparency audits going on, and we're a little behind with the comms transparency audit. So I just wanted to like be open about it with you guys, and let you know that I'm gonna be working on that really hard this week, so that I can put something out there and contribute to this the transparency principles of how we do things. And yeah, I don't know if anyone else has something to add.
I hope there aren't any shenanigans going on in your working group, Chuy, and that's why you're not being transparent.
Yeah, we're Mexican. We get it better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so sorry about that. Like we do take transparency seriously. We've seen the effects of not doing so. So, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that if nobody else has anything to add, I guess that's it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for great music recommendations for the ones that were here at the beginning of the meeting. And yeah, we'll see each other next week, and I'll see some of you later to have more like one-on-one sessions and stuff that can help us prepare better for hatching.